New at 3, the feeling of being not good enough is an epidemic affecting millions of people. Oftentimes, social media, work, and relationships all tell us how we should be. That's why Dr. Brenda Caldwell recently wrote a new book that tackles feelings of imposter syndrome and the need for recognition. It's called Hey World, You Don't Define Me. Here to talk more about the book and her upcoming event is the lady herself, Dr. B. As friends know you as welcome. Glad to have you on 3 at 3. How have you been doing?
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
But it's about time. Let's talk about this book, Hey World, You Don't Define Me. What do you mean by that?
Well, really what you just said, you know, when we talk about the world of work, the world of family, the world of sports, world of social media, the world at large, we're really talking about society. Like, in all my years of therapy and speaking and coaching people, I have found, Alex, that is one of the major things that people struggle with is feeling like they are enough. Being just who they are, and it's like we have to be defined by, you know, society at large instead of just loving, accepting, and embracing ourselves.
But Dr. B, how do we try to overcome some of these societal pressures that so many of us deal with on a daily basis?
It's such a great question, and the basic thing is to, one of the chapters of the book says this, it says the most brilliant thing that you can do. And the most brilliant thing that any of us can do is to really make a decision that I am enough. I don't have to earn it. I don't have to do anything. I am inherently enough just as I was born to be.
But as you know, sometimes we almost feed upon hopefully getting some type of feedback from a boss, from a loved one, from a family members or someone.
Exactly.
How do we balance that?
That's a real good question. So in terms of balancing it, you know, of course we all want to, you know, be affirmed. But I think one of the ways that we affirm ourselves is that we have to kind of consciously make a decision that when we wake up in the morning, that it's like, you know, I bring worth to the earth. And, you know, and so whether I hear it or not, I am going to be my best encourager. I'm going to be my best cheerleader. And it's really about self-acceptance. It's about self-talk, those kinds of things that help us.
But, you know, the other side of that is so many of us sometimes lack that confidence, that self-confidence. How do we get there?
So to get there in terms of self-confidence, it's about daily. What we have to stop doing, Alex, is comparing ourselves to others. That's one of the biggest things. and whenever we do that, so we have to tell ourselves, you know, I don't need to compare. It's like embracing your own shine. It's like, when do we decide that my strengths are enough for the world? And so if we feel that we really bring something, then our confidence begins to grow when we begin to stop looking at ourselves through the lens of what we think we should be to others. And again, and that's why the book is saying, hey, world, you don't define me. Right. You know,
Talk to us also about something else that we mentioned in the introduction, imposter syndrome. What exactly is it?
So when you talk about imposter syndrome, it would be, and a lot of millennials are really, from what I'm finding and counseling with, are really affected by that. And that's basically being in a position that you may find yourself having a promotion, you know, or getting you know, all of a sudden landing in a position but not feeling worthy, feeling like, oh, they're going to find me out, they're going to think that I don't, you know, deserve this, I'm not smart enough for this, to be in this position, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough. It's kind of, that's what imposter syndrome. So it's this, you know what it really is? It's a mental battle on the inside. It's a mental battle. It's just a mental battle on the inside, because to others, you're doing well. To others, you are doing great. But it's like internally, it's like having a battle on the inside of just telling yourself, oh, I don't deserve to be here.
So as I try to win some of these battles here in the few seconds we have remaining, do we take it one day at a time? Because some of us want instant results.
I think it's important to do what you just said.
Okay.
It's just one. All I need is enough energy and focus and confidence for today. I'm not even in tomorrow. So if we focus on literally taking it one day at a time and affirming ourselves and reminding ourselves that I'm enough for today, the world needs what I have today, a little bit of that over time pays off.
Quickly here, you got a book signing coming up, I believe.
I have a book signing this Saturday at the Kroc Center coming up. It'll be from 1 to 3. I'd love to meet the folks that have been reaching out to me, asking me when am I going to write another book this Saturday.
And quickly here, also congratulations. You also have become a new stay-at-home mother?
I am.
Yes.
I'm a new mom. I adopted my daughter, and I'm so proud and excited. I actually went through adoption.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, to adopt her. We have a story. We may come back and talk about
I
it.
think you're going to have to come back. This is your place. All
Thank you, Alex.
Dr. B, so good to see you again.
As well.
We will do this again.
All right, absolutely.
All right.